Hey guys, it's Vaughn and welcome back to Pixelmon! Oh god, where in my face? I have been really busy. As if you'll notice, behind me there's a strip of spruce wood that is new, and I have put in a bunch of windows, and a lot more than that. I've been working on the towers. Oh, it's getting night. Oh no, and it's snowing! Okay, hold on. Let's sleep real quick. Sleep! So I've put in glass, and I decided to go with stained glass. I wanted to do like various looking styles of stained glass, like just this iridescent kind of bluish purplish color. And I didn't do any magenta, and I don't know, like maybe I should do some magenta, but this is kind of what I've been doing, and I've added this strip here, and I will probably continue it all the way around here. I haven't done down here yet. I spent most of my time upstairs, actually. You know, it's weird. Like, I will spend forever feeling like I've finally accomplished something, and then I'll go back and I'll be like, oh crap, I haven't even done that wall down there. But I did a bunch of stuff up here. Ooh, look at all the windows. windows everywhere. These windows. There's a mountain right there. So I don't know if I'm gonna leave these like that. I might just fill them in, but at the same time, I kind of like it. I started to put each of these windows has stairs like this, and it looks good when there's glass panes, but when there's not glass panes, then it's kind of a waste to use stairs here. So I'm gonna probably remove those later on. I've also raised the towers and raised the walls for most of this location. Oh, also my Eevee hatched, as you can see. The egg has now hatched. You know what? In fact, while I'm derping around here, before I go show you everything else, let's see if they have produced another egg. Did you do it? Nope, not yet. Let's check this guy out in the computer as well real quick. Stats. He's a runt. And we're going to turn this guy into, let's see, we don't have an Umbreon or Sylveon? Is that what it's called? Sylveon? Whatever, like the pink one. We don't have that one yet. And I've put some more windows in there. Obviously, this needs to be higher. I don't know how I feel about this kind of shape. I thought having different shaped windows would be kind of fun, but now that I look at it, I don't know that I love it. But one thing that I do think is kind of cool, I guess I haven't done the door over here. Oh, it's upstairs. I took down the pillar that I had used. How do I get there now? I really need to... I cleaned up all of my pillars, and I really should have not. But I've done the bridge, some bridges. So that bridge now goes to that tower, and I've done the other tower as well. Let me just bust in here like this. I still need to make the staircase down. I put the floor in and didn't leave a way down. So now you can get from here to here, and then eventually, once again, I don't have the staircase down, but you'll be able to get from there to here, and that looks pretty good. Oh, you know, I think I remember why. Because I can fly in this game. You don't need, I mean, eventually I do want stairs and or ladders or something, but like right now it's just easy to move around like this. So this is the best way to show you guys kind of some of the work that I've done. I don't know how I feel about this one really tall birch log or dark oak log. I feel like the bridge needs something to support it, and I probably want to do something over there too, but I feel like maybe it needs to be something more than just one log one straight log down. But whatever, like that's just kind of what I did at the time. But it's coming together. Obviously, it still needs a lot of work, but I'm enjoying kind of the progression. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, for the towers, eventually I want to put roofs on them, but if I turn them into breeding rooms, like I haven't put a floor on this one, or a ceiling, or whatever, like a birch, or some sort of slab roof or something, because the Eevees will read that roof as part of their breeding mechanics, and I don't want to screw that up. So, but at some point I'm going to put a roof on, so that's kind of a pain right now. I don't really know what to do about that. I will worry about it later. Anyway, today in addition to turning this guy, I guess we're going to turn him into an Umbreon because I can't remember what the other one is called. I don't think Sylveon is the one that's not in there's like a white one that's got pink bits to it, but this is the psychic one. What is that one called? I can't remember. Inferno. Why are you in my house, Inferno? Look at all these eggs. Die, Monferno. So I've got... Ooh, nice. Blaze powder. Last episode, I asked you guys to give me some... Oh, I've left all of that horrible looking stuff upstairs. Let's clean that up. Last episode, I asked you guys to give me questions for a Q&A. And I've compiled the ones that I want to answer. And we're going to answer those while we run around catching and leveling some Pokemon. And let's see. The way that you get an Umbreon, as I recall... if it is called the Sylveon, you get that... That's the one that has to be... I think the Umbreon has to be leveled up at night, and the other one has to be leveled up with like full happiness or something, right? Let me see. Stats. Yeah, happiness is 0. So whatever like max happiness is, stats. Yeah, 255 I think is max happiness. So I think in order to get, I think it's the Sylveon. I'll have to look it up. So let me, we also have 35 levels. Man, I should probably repair my pick or something. So let me repair my pick and look up how to level everything, and then we will do the Q&A, and we will do it down there where we can catch some Pokemon and maybe go visit that ghost tower again as well. Of course, it's not easy enough to just level it up at night. So both the Umbreon and the Espeon, which is the one that I was forgetting the name of, both the Umbreon and the Espeon need to be 220 or higher happiness to level up. And so the Umbreon is 220 or higher levels up at night, and the Espeon is 220 or higher levels up in the day. So one of the things that levels the happiness is if you keep them outside of the ball. So I've had this guy out for a little bit. So he's already at level 8, or happiness 8. So we've got a long way to go. But I looked up some of the other things that you can give them that will help them get happier. And so I have a few of these things. I don't know if these things do other than just feeding it. Like, I don't know if this restores health or what. Eevee's friendship increased. Okay. So it's just a friendship increase thing. 20. Okay. So I'm going to just give him all of these things, I guess. And leveling him and giving him... various things. Protein. He keeps... Dude, why? Stop. 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 That's not cool. Oh, I guess if I give you... Let's see. Protein? Eevee! Friendship and Eevees have healed up. Okay, if I give you HP, will that heal you up? No. Eevee! It just gives you Eevees and... Okay, cool. Let's see how your friendship is now. 45. So it worked, it just, it's not a whole lot. Okay, well, we're gonna work on leveling him. I think we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way of, I am going to sleep. That's not the old-fashioned way to level up. We're going to throw him out and then switch to Staraptor or someone else, and hopefully that will get him to level up as well. So let's fly down here. And I've got your guys' questions on my phone, so let me pull that out as well. And we'll just start. We'll just start right now. So the first question is from GH Ultimate. And it is, let me pull out Eevee first before I forget. Eevee! I guess I can have him out and still attack with another guy, right? Yeah, we'll just do it that way then. How did you decide to move to Japan, and how did you get the job there? Question mark, question mark. I decided to move to Japan when I was in... I can't attack any of these guys. When I was in high school, I was quite into... Oh, this isn't going to work, is it? Because Eevee's not going to get any... Yeah, he's not going to get any of that. So we do need to actually throw Eevee out. When I was in high school, I was kind of into anime. Well, actually, when I was in elementary, I must have been in elementary school. I made a Japanese pen pal through a classroom assignment, and we wrote letters to each other. So that was my first actual like interest of things in Japan, and we became pretty good friends. Holy cow. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sand attack. Yes, I'll take it. We became pretty good friends, and we were pen pals for years and years and years and years. And then when I got into high school, I got into anime a little bit, and it seems like a natural progression for a lot of people who kind of had their anime phase to also have a I will learn Japanese phase. And I was into anime back in, oh gosh, like the 1990s. Like I got into anime in like 1995 to 1999 roughly. And during that time, like it was not a popular thing. Like it's way more popular in mainstream now. So like you couldn't find anime in general. Like you couldn't just like go to the store and like there was no Crunchyroll, there was no Netflix, there was nothing like that. So if you wanted anime, you had to like ship off blank VHS tapes and to some stranger whose name you found on the internet. And this is back when, you know, axe murderers lived on the internet. And then hope that they would send you like some 7th generation VHS tape that may or may not be subtitled. And it was a pain in the butt. It was a mess. This is one of those things. Have I ever even been in here? I don't know if I've even been here. Wow! This is literally like 2 feet away from that, and I have never seen it. That's crazy. Anyway, there came a point where I was like, you know, it'd be a lot easier to watch anime if I didn't have to get like subtitled versions. If I could just get like raw anime, then I could just, it would be so much faster. And that was kind of some of the idea, and I don't know, like I had crazy dreams of like, I'm going to be a voice actor in Japan, which did not happen. But, you know, you dream, and so I studied Japanese in high school, and I studied Japanese in college, and then I stopped studying for a while. I didn't even know there was maybe I did know there was a ravine here. So I stopped studying. I went to Japan in 2001. Now, you guys told me if I throw the guy out, and then I look at someone and press F, it will attract, it's not work. It does not work. That if I look at someone when I have a Pokemon out and press F, it'll auto-attack. But that is not the case. Maybe it's not F. Is it a different letter? Oh, that took him back in. Oh, well, now I've got him. Whatever. So when I went to Japan in 2001 for a summer study abroad thing. And I studied Japanese that summer, and I kind of lost interest after that. And of course I also like finished college and everything, and you know, Japanese, like there's not a whole lot of people that speak Japanese. The only people that speak Japanese are the Japanese. So I mean that's obvious, but like English is spoken throughout the world everywhere. Chinese is massive. Like there's so many Chinese people that like even though pretty much only Chinese people speak Chinese, like there's so many Chinese people that there's still a lot of Chinese speakers. So Japanese, I think about 130 million people speak Japanese, and that's basically like the population of California. You know, so like in terms of like learning a language, like that's not really the best one to learn, but it is the one that I had studied the most and liked the most. So I studied it, and then I lost interest for like 10 years, and then wasn't really going anywhere in my life. You know, I was trying to do the YouTube thing, and it wasn't really going anywhere. I was substitute teaching, which I hated, and I was always a little sad that I had never become fluent. Do I have a Spearow? I do have a Spearow. I was always a little sad that I had never become fluent in Japanese, despite the fact that I had studied it for so long. And I said, the only way I'm ever going to become fluent in Japanese is if I live in Japan. And so I just kind of said, you know what? I'm going to go and look for some jobs. And if I can find a job in a location that I want to do... Ooh, there's a boss up there. If I could find a job in a location I wanted to do, and that pays the amount of money that I want, then I'm going to try it. And so I did that. I searched for the job on a website called Ohio Sensei, which is, man, you guys, I wish that this worked. F does not work. So if you, Ohio Sensei means like good morning teacher. And so I searched there, and that they just list a lot of job listings there, and I found the one that was located in a place that I wanted to teach and offered the amount of money that I wanted to work for. And I actually interviewed with 3 companies, and this is the 3rd company that I interviewed with, and they are the only one that made me the offer, but they were also the one that I most wanted to work with. So in the end, it worked out really well. I got it. I hit it. Sweet. And I think that was like way more than you guys actually needed to know. This may end up being like a... Crap. I'm dead. This may end up being a 2 or 3 part episode. Well, it probably won't be 3 parts, but it may be a 2-part episode if it goes too long. Okay, and now Charizard is dead, and everybody else is too low level. I don't know why I keep going to these bosses. Okay, fighting types don't work against ghost types. Electric, bug. Okay, I guess we have to do this one. And that didn't do crap. Glaceon. Sweet old Glaceon. You have Ice Fang. Let's try Ice Fang. Yep. Great. And Mantine. Go Mantine. Signal Beam. Supersonic. Water Pulse. Confuse Ray. I don't know if Ghost type... I think it's not super effective. Alright. And Eevee. Level 14 Eevee. Yeah. Growl. You are awesome. Cool. Awesome. Dang it, man. Alright, so hopefully that answers your question. There are a lot of people that want to be like English teachers in Japan. Like the rise of anime and like a lot of people who have like interest in Japanese women and stuff. Like there's a lot of people who are willing to take really crappy jobs for really crappy pay, and it has driven the English teachers in Japan movement really down, because now they don't pay you more money, no matter, they just find another teacher. Like if you want more money, no matter how good of a teacher you are and how long you've been there and how much experience you have, like they don't care. Like they're just not going to pay you more money. They're just going to hire the next 22-year-old kid that's willing to make, nothing. And I don't know, there's a lot of scammy stuff. So like if you're considering doing it, like make sure you do your research, is basically all I can say. Next question from Muriako. If you could live somewhere other than Japan or the US, where would it be? I've considered this a lot. There's a lot of places that I would like to live other than the US and Japan. I would love to live in New Zealand. I've never been to New Zealand, so maybe my thoughts on that would change if I ever had. Is this a boss? Yes. Green boss. But like just from what I've seen of the country, it looks beautiful, so I would like to theoretically do that. I'm trying to think where else. I've considered like all sorts of stuff, like the south of France. I've never been to the south of France, but it looks beautiful. I've considered places like Sweden or the Netherlands, that kind of stuff, where those really beautiful... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Really beautiful countries, or like countries that are really like their political aspects or whatever kind of match up with mine. Nowhere really hardcore. Unfortunately, like America doesn't have a lot of agreements with other countries, so like I can't just I can't get a working holiday to go live in another country the way that like a lot of people in the European Union can. My parents thought I couldn't be a trainer, but now I'm unbeatable. Okay. And I can't go teach English in a lot of countries, like Sweden, for instance. I would love to live in Sweden, but Swedish people speak English, so like, or they have enough Swedish people that speak English that they don't need to hire like native English speakers to teach their Swedish kids how to speak English. Like they just have Swedish people that teach them how to speak English. So like it's difficult. I'm not gonna go get that chandelier boss up there. I see it, but he's just gonna kick my butt again. Like my guys are not high enough, so I don't care. Is there a PC in here? Oh, wait, I have a PC on me. I want to see how... Oh, you know what, though? We need to always have this guy out. Like, when we're not doing something, because he gets... Every 40 seconds, his happiness raises. All right, stats. 116. Oh, good. We are getting some good progress then. So let's keep leveling him, and this should be good. Let me think. Yeah, so there's all sorts of places that I love to travel, and like I've considered like I could just, if I ever get bored of Japan, like I can just go teach English in Korea for 2 years, and then I can go to China and teach English for 2 years. And unfortunately, I can't go to a lot of places because, like I said, they don't need English teachers in those places. But there's still a lot of places that I could just teach English, and maybe I wouldn't get a lot of money in Cambodia or something, but like I could still live there for several years and experience the people and the culture, which I think would be a really cool thing. I'm content in Japan right now, but in terms of like long-term goals and stuff like that might be something that happens. Why am I up here? But that's a very good question, so thank you for that question. And let's switch back to Skeletor and go on to the next question. The next question is from Luis Garcia. Do you plan on playing any new games? I don't know. Like, I would love to play some new games, but I do work full-time now, and that takes priority, and I am struggling, and I'm not struggling, but I'm not going out of my way to make YouTube like a huge priority. Like, this is really a part-time thing. So like if a new game comes along that looks like something I want to play, then I will play it, but I'm not going to kill myself trying to do it. And I just don't play a lot of games. Like, it's just not the kind of person that I am. But I would definitely be interested in something, especially if like friends are playing as well and they invite me. Like the new Ark series looks like a lot of fun that a lot of people are playing, and I could see myself joining a group of doing that. Or like Friends with Golf, you know, like if the Minecraft guys wanted me to play some Friends with Golf with them, I would consider that. But I don't foresee myself playing something like, I don't know, Doom. Like, I'm not gonna go play games like that. It's just not me. Alright, thank you for that question. And let's move on to the next one from Andrew Lee. Who was your favorite YouTuber to collab with in Season 1 of Pixelmon? I forgot that I put that up there. My favorite YouTuber to collaborate with in Season 1. I always really liked collaborate. Oh, there's an actual boss down here, like a normal boss. I always enjoyed collaborating with Beef, of course, because I knew him probably the best of some of the people on the server. But he was always so busy that I feel like I was always bothering him in a way. I really enjoyed collaborating with MC Gamer. Oh no, Skeletor passed out. Crap. He kind of did like the role-playing thing, but it was a lot of fun. I'm not usually into like that role-playing stuff. I'm just gonna get my butt handed to me, aren't I? Thunderfang against a bug. Shouldn't that have been effective? Mantine. Supersonic Water Pulse. I'm not reading any of this, I'm sorry. So MC Gamer was a lot of fun. He always had really cool storylines that I really enjoyed doing. Alright, I didn't do any damage against that guy. Go me. I'm trying to think. It's weird. Like, it was so long ago. That was 2 years ago. And Season 1 was like so, like, my brain is mostly on Season 2. So like I really enjoyed with like hanging out with Ruben. Like, he was really cool. Oh, and he's gone. Right? Or was he over here? I think he was over here. Boss? So Ruben was a lot of fun to also work with. I guess he's gone. I don't see him. And I never got to collab with some people that I really wanted to collab with more. Like, there was just never enough time or people. So that's why I'm really excited about Island Life, because I'm back on a server with someone. Oh, is this a Viper boss? Because he's level 64. That seems really high. And my poor Skeletor is still not... He is still not level 60. I feel like he should be level 60 by now. Oh, well, he's dead. But, is it a boss? COVID. Sure. I'll take it. I guess he wasn't a boss. He was just a really high level. Yeah, so I'm excited to be on a server again, on the Island Life server. Next question comes from Bubblegum209. What 3 pieces of advice would you give to someone considering teaching English abroad? Well, like I mentioned earlier, please do your research. And different countries are going to have different requirements and things to watch out for. So I can only speak for Japan. Make sure that you find a job that pays you at least 250,000 yen a month, which is like roughly $2,000. And that's pretty low end, but that's kind of what the going rate is. And I know that if you're 16, that sounds like a large amount of money. But if you're living in Tokyo and your rent is $1,000, then you've just spent all of your money, all of your money on your rent, you know, and you can't save and you can barely survive. So research a lot. Then I would say learn some Japanese before you go, or learn some of the local language wherever you're going. I know that you think you're going to learn it once you're there, but you want to have some before you get there. And let's see, what else? Hanging out with foreigners when you're there is a good idea. Well, I guess I was going to say, don't hang out too much with foreigners, but this is someone considering teaching abroad. This is before you get there. So once you're there, like, try not to hang out with too many foreigners, because then you'll never learn the language. But before you get there, something you should consider is a lot of people, like a lot of companies, like if you're an American and you spend 5 years in a foreign country teaching English, like that's kind of like a big black hole on your resume, because unless you're going to go into education and or use the language that you have learned, like teaching English in Japan for 5 years, like nobody cares. Like that's not a job thing, you know, like people aren't going to hire you because of that unless your job is directly related to like teaching English or something. So like if you want to become a social engineer or something later on, then like don't go teach English in Japan for 2 years. Go study for 2 years to be a social engineer. I don't even know what a social engineer is, but whatever it is, like, it's a fun job, but it can be dangerous as a career thing. Like especially in Japan, like maybe in another country it's a little bit better, but in Japan, like you can't really there's not like a career to really make out of it. Like you can move up a little bit, but it's really difficult as well because there's so many teachers that like I said, they're not going to pay you more. They're just going to get rid of you and hire the next dreamy, starry-eyed kid fresh out of college. So that sort of sucks. But it's not that I would say don't do it. Just be prepared for the reality of life, I guess. Make sure that you have a B plan and a C plan. All right, next question is from Kit Yang Liu. What is your least favorite Pokemon? I don't know enough Pokemons to even have a least favorite Pokemon. And I've never played Pokemon. I've only played Pixelmon, so I can only base my likes and dislikes off of Pixelmon Pokemon. Trying to think. Any of the Pokemon that like are just, they don't have any special moves. Like, there's one, the Sableye, I think it's called. Like, it's so cute, but like its move pool is really kind of crappy, so you just never use it. Oh, hello, Jolteon. Or Gloom, or whatever your name is. I can't think of anybody that I specifically hate, but I'm sure there is one, and I can't think of it. There's certain, like, I hate seeing Rattatas because they're always everywhere. I don't dislike them, though. I mean, in season 1, like, we were the whole Rattata group, so I can't complain too much about the Rattatas. But I don't love them. I can't think. If I think of one later on, though, I will be like, oh, this is the one that I hate the most. But right now, I can't think of one. But thank you for that question. Oh, that tower looks interesting. All right, next question is from J10 Tin, Minecrafter. What different type of food is in Japan, and what's your favorite? Sushi is my favorite, but I also like something called shabu shabu. Shabu shabu. And it's like you get all these raw meats and then they give you these sauces and it's kind of like a soup sauce. And you put the meat in the soup sauce and it cooks in the sauce and it's so good I can't even explain how good it is. There's also a thing called kushi, which is basically like all you can eat, but they have like these vegetables and like they basically have all sorts of food and you fry it at your table. Like you dip it in a batter and then you dip it in like a frying crumbs thing and then you dip it in like this hot oil. You stick them on, they're on sticks, and you stick the sticks, oh my building looks kind of cool from over here, in these fryers and like, oh, it's so good. So many types of food, ramen, noodles, lots and lots of rice, so much good Japanese food. But it does also sometimes get a bit samey. I need coal, so that's why I'm kind of taking a detour right now, and I'm grabbing this coal. I know that's not super visually exciting, but I need the coal, so frick. All right, we've got a freaking flying guy, a freaking fryer. Let's go over here. Trying to think if there's any other like really good food that I love. There's some good Japanese candies that I like. There's one that's kind of like a melts in your mouth sugar. I don't know. It's like a fruity sugar thing, and I really like those. They fizz a little bit, but they're kind of melty. They're just really good. I can't remember what they're called though. But yes, those are good. And sushi for sure. All right, last question is from Owen Chang. And Owen Chang asks, what's the name of your favorite student? Man, I could tell you the names of my least favorite students for sure. My favorite, last year, I've started teaching my second year now. Last year I had a student named Kazuki, she was 5 years old, and she was just the sweetest, gentlest, smartest little 5-year-old you would ever meet, and absolutely adorable, just like the cutest kid. And I absolutely loved teaching her. It was always a joy. And she is in a different class now, so I don't teach her anymore. But if you'd asked me last year, it would have been her. The new school year started in April, so it's only May right now. So I haven't been teaching these new kids for a very long time. I have a junior high school student this year named Miharu. And that's totally not what I wanted to do. She, so far, she just has such a positive attitude. She's, like, super cheerful all the time. And, like, by the time they're in high school, a lot of the kids don't want to be learning English. So a lot of times they have really negative attitudes or are really grumpy and tired and just kind of mean. And she is not like that. She is super cheerful. And I really appreciate it. She's always got a great smile and just always happy to see me, and always really tries her hardest. And I don't even care if like they're correct. I just want them to try and to have a positive attitude. And so she always has that. And I wish that all of my other students could be like her. So we're gonna go with Miharu, and let's look at our PC. Can we level up this dude by the end of the episode? Stats 131. We cannot, alas. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to get him a little higher happiness. Oh, let's throw him out again so that he can be getting some happy while we're walking back to the house. And we will work on leveling him later. We didn't get any Pokemon caught today, but we did get quite a bit leveled. And we answered a bunch of questions, which was fun. So if you have any more questions, feel free to throw them in the comments, and I will do them again. Maybe next episode, maybe some episode in the future. And I'm sorry if that was kind of a talky episode, but I think it was fun. So thank you guys as always for watching. My name is Vaughn. See you next time. Bye bye.
Can you shoot it?
I don't have a bow. It's at the front door of the house now.
There's a bow in one of the chests.
I'm not in the house though. I'm in the water because I ran away from it. It's staring at me.
Sort of headed that way.
You should go up and use your bridge. Get in the house.
Oh, I see.
Torch! No! 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 Oh God! Oh God! I'm gonna die.
It triggered?
Yeah.